A meeting of West Miami politicians
We believe that there's a crisis in this community.
to discuss upcoming midterm elections. A Japanese culinary craze
The strawberry sandwiches are my favorite.
and a local restaurant's take on it. And changes in the Marlins lineup.
Really excited for this upcoming season.
A look into their new starting pitcher. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Dylan Bazay.
And I'm Patrick Lober. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
The White House has made a decision in the terms of the conflict in Iran. President Trump says the U.S. ceasefire with Iran will remain in place until a permanent agreement is reached.
That's right. The ceasefire's original deadline would have been this evening, but now the president awaits a response from Tehran. Trump made the announcement on Truth Social saying that attacks are on hold as official work towards a unified proposal. Some diplomats are voicing concerns about the long-term impact the war will have on the U.S.
American munition stockpiles are much diminished. America's relations with its Gulf partners, with its allies in Europe and Asia are strained.
Vice President J.D. Vance and other U.S. officials are leading a delegation and were expected to travel to Pakistan for a second round of peace negotiations to end this war. The trip was put on hold, however, as Iran never confirmed their attendance at the discussions.
West Miami Democrats met yesterday to discuss their strategy ahead of the upcoming midterm elections. Caplin News reporter Frida Flores has more.
As Democrats gather here in West Miami, the focus isn't just on organizing, but whether or not this moment marks a real shift in Florida politics. With the next election cycle approaching, conversations here are centered on strategy, voter engagement, and whether this moment signals a shift in Florida politics.
There's so much damage being done by this administration that it's indispensable that we get out in droves and in voice and really take a stab at all the things that are going on.
Many say that they're feeling a renewed sense of urgency, driven by concerns such as cost of living and broader political divisions.
We believe that there's a crisis in this community with the cost of living. We want young people like you to stay here, not have to be forced to go someplace else. And people, voters, that's what they want, and we as Democrats are going to deliver that.
But beyond motivation, the question remains. What will actually be done differently this time?
Democrats are coming from a different perspective. I think they realize what we've been doing, for a while now just hasn't been working. Like I think, the saying, when they go low, we go high is, it's something we've kind of been working with, but it obviously hasn't been as effective. And I think maybe we don't go super low, but I think there's a point where we need to kind of like fight fire with fire.
That message is echoed by candidates like Justin Rout, who are working to connect with voters and build momentum at a local level.
What we're hearing from voters right now is we knock the doors, and we're at about 4,000 doors already that we've knocked. Is a consistent message from them of they want to hear solutions. What are you not just going to fight against, but what are you going to bring to make my life better?
For those here, the focus now shifts from conversation to action as they work to turn strategy into results in the coming months ahead. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Frida Flores.
Hundreds await refunds from Amtrak after waiting hours for their cars to unload at a train terminal. Amtrak canceled the trip due to the brush fires in North Florida, reversing their train Sunday night. The passengers had their cars loaded into a separate train before the delay, and they were left without them early Monday morning.
At 2 o'clock this morning, or 4 o'clock this morning, whatever time it was that we finally rolled in, they did nothing. All these cars were gone somewhere else. They didn't tell us anything.
Amtrak canceled the auto train throughout Monday and stopped a passenger train north of Dean so it could return to Miami. Transportation will be done with buses between Miami and Jacksonville to get passengers around the fires.
From sandos to sushi, a taste of Japanese cuisines and treats come to South Florida, and I've sure worked up an appetite. Caplin's Paris Bender has all the details.
A taste of Japan has arrived at Wynwood as food lovers are lining up to try the viral Japanese sandwiches at Aiko and Mumu. Recently opened in December 2026, Aiko and Mumu are going viral on TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms for their Japanese sandwiches. Some of the fan favorites are chicken katsu, wagyu beef, tamago egg, and even their popular dessert sandwiches.
The hot sandwiches are good, but the strawberry sandwiches are my favorite.
Alongside Aiko and Mumu's viral sandwiches, they also serve a variety of handcrafted drinks in a laid-back setting.
I was looking for mocha spots in Miami, and this was one of my new favorites.
The restaurant is open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and make sure to get there fast as all the sandwiches tend to sell out. Paris Bender, Caplin News.
When the wind picks up in South Florida, kite surfers hit the water for more than just the ride. Caplin's Gianna Agostino shows us how it's really all about community.
It's that time of year again, and as the winds pick up here in Miami, kiters aren't too far behind. Today, riders took advantage of these conditions and came out for an informal downwinder. Starting in Virginia Key, they made their way to Matheson Hammock, even passing through Stiltsville along the way. There's no official start time, no registration, just a group of kiters who saw a good wind and an opportunity to show up and race with the community.
This is the season of the wind season, and basically this is the time of the year that we take advantage of it. And we do have an app, there's going to be warning us or let us know, give us the information. And as you can see, we got a nice group.
With the help of one of those apps being a Facebook post, word quickly spread out about these ideal conditions for a downwinder. And for Vildoza, it was more than just the winds. It was about proving that age isn't an obstacle.
I'm 76 years old, and I feel honored to be able to do this at my age. Anybody can do it. My plan is to keep doing it. Yeah, I'm not ready to quit.
And whether you're in your 70s or just starting out, the sport continues to attract people from all walks of life, no matter the experience.
I got into the sport just because I had been watching for a number of years people kiting. I said I'd love to do that, and my wife surprised me with lessons. That was a few years ago. This is one of the best places to kite anywhere. There's something very powerful how in touch you are with nature. It's the water and the wind. There's no motor. It's very real, and you get into very much of a Zen moment. That's the best part about it.
By the afternoon, kites stretched across the bay, marking the end of a ride that started with a forecast and a Facebook post. Reporting from Biscayne Bay, I'm Gianna Agostino here with Caplin News.
Events taking place around the world this morning to highlight a special day. Earth Day dates back to April 22nd, 1970, and sources say the planet is about 4 billion years old. Organizers say this year's theme is Our Power, Our Planet, to emphasize how small actions can help protect the environment. If you want to get involved, head to earthday.org for an interactive map of events happening in your neighborhood.
The Marlins are playing their final game of a homestand later today, and boy, Patrick, do they need a win.
Oh boy, do they. That's still ahead, and so is this story.
In this game, I try not to think good luck versus bad luck.
Some of the Marlins' early season success is thanks to someone new in the starting rotation. Newsbreak will be back in just 2 minutes.
Really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes.
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by PantherTech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
New changes for FIU's football program as they welcome a new athletic assistant director.
This morning we have new groundbreaking moves for the FIU football team.
Caplin's reporter Janisha Reimer shows us why this moment matters on and off the field.
Behind every football program is a team that fans rarely see. The people making sure everything runs smoothly before the team ever hits the field. At FIU, that responsibility falls on the shoulders of the new Assistant Athletic Director for Football Operations, where her role is just as important as anything that happens between the football lines. KD Willis shares her story on what it's like to be one of the few African Americans in a leadership position.
To be a black woman in this space or in a male-dominated industry, to be honest, I never really thought about it much. I just showed up every day and I be where my feet are. But I do know that that has been a rising topic and a rising thing. And so to know that I am a black woman in this space, dominating this space and doing it the right way, it means a lot. It means a lot. I just want to set the path for those to come.
Within the past year, the FIU football program has already made some tremendous strides. KD Willis also wants Panther fans to know that the Panthers are on the up and up.
Definitely look forward to a faster team, look forward to a more athletic team, and look forward to a team who's going to go out there and have fun and bring that energy every single week that they play, because they are definitely competitors and they are definitely Panthers.
The FIU football schedule has already been released on official school websites, with their first home game being September 12th against Buffalo right here at Pitbull Stadium. To stay updated with the Panthers in the offseason, you can follow them on their various social media accounts. My name's Janisha Reimer, and I'm signing out for Caplin News.
I'm hoping we're getting some wins with this, because the Miami Marlins throw it all on the field as they welcome a new pitcher to the mound. Caplin's Gavin Burrell has the details.
There's a new sheriff for the Miami Marlins, as starting pitcher Chris Paddock was one of the 4 free agents that the organization signed this offseason, and he made his 5th start of the season on Tuesday night against the St. Louis Cardinals. On Tuesday, Paddock went 4 2/3 innings, allowing 5 runs on 8 hits, walked 1, and struck out 7. Although the final line may indicate one thing, Paddock's xFIP, which stands for expected fielder independent pitching, was 1.66, which can provide signs for bad luck.
In this game, I try not to think good luck versus bad luck, because there's times where guys line out at 110 off the bat, and there's times where, you know, the 65 broken bat dribbler, swinging bunts, you know, end up, you know, getting guys on base. So it evens itself out throughout the year.
Paddock, who is a 7-year Major League veteran, began his career with the Marlins, being drafted in the 8th round of the draft, and then traded to the San Diego Padres a year later.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, obviously in a perfect world, the team that drafts you envision, you know, you making the big league club and putting on a big league jersey with that organization, and that is the case. It was just a little different route. You know, I made some pit stops along the way, being traded there early on in my career, and back in the Marlins jersey, and really excited for this upcoming season, but also this group of guys that we have in the clubhouse.
Paddock and the Marlins take the road to San Francisco for a 3-game set against the Giants, followed by a 3-game set against the World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. For Caplin News, I'm Kevin Burrell.
The Miami Marlins had a difficult game at home last night against the St. Louis Cardinals. The first inning ended with a tie between the teams, but the Cardinals picked up steam, scoring runs in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. The Fish fired back with 2 runs on the 8th, but it was ultimately too little, too late, ending with the final score of Marlins 3, Cardinals 5. The Marlins stay home for another game against the Cardinals today.
Well, that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Patrick Lower.
And I'm Dylan Bazet. And remember, you can get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.